I have never been against opposition political parties. In fact, I think they are essential. The idea, I would think, is we have to look at our country like a family. Sometimes, even a husband and a wife or siblings might have differences in agreement on what they think needs to be done, or better yet, how they think what needs to be done. And then, as a family, you have those discussions and you come up with the decision. And I think that is the way our opposition political parties should act. But we've gotten to a point in this country where it's just crazy, where we've allowed the media mind control slave masters and those other forces that want to see our country destroyed just eviscerate our unity. I mean, when we have an election, there should be the Democrats and the Republicans fighting it out for who's ever in charge, and then get together and do what's best for the country. And that's not what's going on here. I mean, right now, ever since Trump got in charge again, just like when Trump was in charge before, the Democrat Party seems to be doing everything it can to try to destroy Trump and whatever he has going on, which in fact is to destroy the country. What are they doing to help you and I? I'm talking about the American citizen. That's a valid question. Yes, they complain about Trump, and some complaints might be valid. But what are they offering the American citizen as an alternative? We had those very high prices, which we're still trying to bring down. We were dealing with all this stuff that we didn't have to deal with or shouldn't. But the only thing that I see them doing, I see them fighting tooth and nail for illegal aliens. And they're fighting for these illegals like they are citizens. And what I find amazing, particularly dealing with the legislators, these politicians, these senators, and these Congress people denigrating ICE, you know, the immigration custom enforcement, while they're talking bad about them. Have you seen one bill by anyone where they're talking about changing their work assignment? I haven't. So if ICE is doing something wrong, then they should be changed. And they're changed through the legislator. That's legislation. These people write the laws, and ICE's job is to do the laws. The way our government is set up, you have the executive branch, which is the presidency. You have the legislative branch, which is the Senate and the Congress, and the judicial branch. The legislative branch makes the laws. The executive branch enforces them. So it's the president's job and everybody that works under him to do the work that the legislative, that is the Congress and the Senate, assign them to do. If the ICE is doing what they're supposed to do, then the Congress, if they don't want it, they're supposed to change it. But they're not offering any changes because these people know that ICE is doing the job they've been assigned to do. And what they want is to disrupt the very laws they are designing. For what reason? I can't think of anything other than the destruction of this country. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I don't think that they are trying to destroy the country for the sake of making it collapse. I think that they're trying to do whatever they can to maintain whatever power they can maintain and obtain whatever power they can maintain and get. They want to make the American people think that ICE, the president, and everybody that is opposite the Democrat Party is the enemy. So they can take over and be in charge. That's why they let in millions of illegals fighting for people that do not belong here. You have legislators saying that these people didn't break the law, when by definition of them coming here uninvited and unpermitted is breaking the law. But the media, mind controlled slave masters, have twisted it in people's heads that those of us that want the laws taken care of, those of us that want to look after our country are the bad guy. For example, ever since Trump came up with the term "Make America Great Again," they've denigrated that. They've made it the equivalent of Mein Kampf. Anyone that has a country should want their country to be great. And if it wasn't great before, you should want it great now. Look at it like your house. You have your family. You want your house to be great. You want your family to be great. But if they've been jacked up, you still want them to be great if you're a normal person. So why would anyone want to fight against trying to improve their family or their home? Same reason, why would you fight against improving your country, the place that you live in? Many of these people talk about the country like a dog, but at the same time, they're letting millions of people come into the country, and you, the law abiding citizen, the one that's trying to make a way to take care of your family, they're making you pay for it while they're denigrating your country at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. These same people want to also allow, and we've talked about this many times, men, confused men, mentally ill men, pretend like they're women and put them in women's spaces. And it's fascinating that all the women, the feminists, the ones that said that they were for women's right and trying to break the glass ceiling and they want to get equal pay and all this stuff, will not say a word when they're having men dress up like women, putting them on swimsuit models, having them as judges, having them all over the place and making you pretend like they're normal when everybody knows it's abnormal. And if men and women aren't having babies, then our country is abnormal because you don't have a country unless you have a population. And our population is declining because we got boys thinking they're girls, the girls thinking they're boys. We got confused men and women, and then we're killing babies up the yin yang. Instead of trying to make America great again, instead of trying to build up our country, that's what we should be doing. Instead of beating up everybody, we're sitting over here tearing down everybody. And our major political party, the Democrat Party, is leading the way. They believe that they can divide and conquer, and they've done a very good job of it. It doesn't mean that everything that the Republicans are great, but shouldn't we try to make this country better? And when I look at the Democrat Party, I can't think of anything they're doing, not one thing that is trying to make America better. Please tell me in the comments what they're offering the average American citizen. I want to know. Besides trying to make life great for the illegal aliens or these people that mutilate themselves or are mentally ill, I want to know, what are they doing to make the average American citizen better? How are they making America great again? Or if ever, please let me know because I don't get it.